Hey, it's me again. Today I'm going to be talking about contouring and highlighting. Now the reason a lot of people contour or highlight, depending on like film and where you're doing it, I like to highlight naturally with my makeup, but contouring, it gives you kind of like a facelift without having a facelift. It defines your features that you want, and it kind of brings out your face pretty much. That's what highlighting and contouring is. So I'm going to show you how to do it with makeup, even though you can buy contouring and highlighting products. There are some really good ones out there. We're going to show you really simply how to do it with makeup at home. Now I've already kind of based my face for the day, but this is something you can do as you kind of put your foundations and things on, or you can do it afterwards. It doesn't have to be very dramatic, but it'll be an effect. So what you want to do is, depending on your face, like my face for example, my T-zone areas I'm a little oily, but I would like to bring out the center part of my nose, underneath my eyes, which will narrow my nose, and along the chin line. So the lighter colors that you're going to use would be in the T-zone areas, and then the darker colors that you would use to kind of shape your face would be like underneath the cheekbones, along the chin line, and things like that. So you want to start with a light color, usually about 2-3 shades lighter than your normal skin tone. I'm going to use a way lighter shade than my skin tone and put those in my T-zone areas. So I'm just going to get some on my brush here. You can use a contouring brush, but I'm just going to use my foundation brush for now. And just add underneath where I want to highlight. So this will be the lighted areas here. Sorry if I'm kind of looking over the camera there. Along the T area here, a little bit along the nose, near the eyes, a little bit along the chin area. Okay, those are the lighter parts. Now the darker one that you'd want to use, you would kind of use in the cheekbone areas. Now I'm fairly caramel complexion, but for now I'm just going to use a little bit of a really, it's a darker tone, it's called Black Walnut. Again, this is Black Opal. Those are really good. And I'm going to use my finger this time, that way I'm not doing too much of it. But what I want to do is kind of go, sorry I'm trying to look over the camera, along the cheekbone area and go kind of like a downward motion along the cheeks. Now you probably want to use as much, I'm just using a little bit more than usual, just so you can see the effect. So it kind of narrows in the chin line. And then you would do a little bit along the chin here. Just kind of draw your face in, so it's a bit of a facelift. And again, you can use a brush for this, or I'm using my finger just so I don't apply as much. And then along the nose, to bring the nose out, just do it right down the crease here. Right down the crease. Kind of from the eyes. And then to bring in the forehead a little bit, I kind of go by the temples, just a little bit inward along the top. And then one thing I did forget to do is add a little bit of the lighter color along the nose line. Afterwards, you would just want to blend really well, and then you can go back and touch up. So, along the cheekbone area, blend definitely underneath the eyes. The little trick that a lot of people do, sucking their cheeks, so you can kind of see. Looks a little funny, but it's effective. And along the chin line. Yes, Jalen? Okay, I'll be there in a minute. So in this case, I'm going to add a little bit more of the contour along the chin line. Little one, we'll get her in a moment. Again, along the chin line here. And the cheekbones. And then right near the temples, along the forehead. And then you just blend and work it in all together so it looks uniform, but then it gives your face definition. Along the nose line, kind of, if you want to narrow your nose, that's something that contouring and highlighting will do. So when you add the darker colors on the edges and the lighter in the middle, it narrows the nose line. Along the temples, and you want to blend it inward towards your face a little bit, and then you just blend it outward along the hairline so that it looks even. And add, again, where need be. So when it's all said and done, my facial features stand out a little bit more. And then you just finish off with a nice powder. So again, just remember, light colors bring out features, and the darker colors blend it in really well, of course, makes them stand out. But you always want to blend really well. If you don't, you'll walk around looking like you have on a mask, and you don't want to go back and say that your hero told you to do that, because I did not. So I just want to make sure you're walking around looking like you should. Alright, so finishing touch up. For the lighter parts, as I always do, I use my matte. Again, I have oily T-zones, so after a while they become a little shiny, so I just go over my highlighting areas with my matte. Keep it from looking oily. Along the T, along the chin, underneath the eyes. And then if you have a darker bronzer, those are really good. You can also contour and highlight with bronzers. I'm going to put this along the areas of the cheekbone, just to bring out the darker areas. And then finally, I'm going to add a little bit of blush. You can add a little bit more than you normally would, but not too much. Again, you don't want to overdo it. And just sweep it up towards your temples, following the contouring line there. And then you do the other side. And there you go. Very simple, if you could see that. If you do before and after, it's, it's nothing dramatic, but it does help. You don't have to do it necessarily on a daily basis, but highlighting and contouring is really good if you want your features to stand out. I kind of do it again as I go. A lot of times you can do it after your foundations, you can do it as you go, so it really depends on your preference, but that's the basics of it. So hope you have fun, enjoy, and try it, and let me know how it goes. Alright, bye.